From St. Cloud, Florida, this is the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
I like shady things.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Welcome to the Doc Show, Coast to Coast.
I mean, I think, because we're St. Cloud's first radio station, that we should be out there for the opening of St. Cloud's first booby bar.
We were on double secret probation, whatever that is.
Get him in there, give him a couple of them big beers.
Anything goes wrong, I call abort. Everybody walk away immediately.
Weeknights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
What's the problem between these two gentlemen?
What we've got here is
Maybe we should have them duel at 20 feet.
failure to communicate.
Give Doc a call, 407-498-3193.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
The Florida Gators suck, and so do their fans.
You would need 3 promotions to get to be an asshole.
But now why do we have to talk about Obama screwing something up?
Because that's all he does.
Ask him to go in there with all they've got. Win just one for the Kipper.
Often imitated, never quite duplicated.
I can see I'm outnumbered in this room.
This is the Doc Show, Coast to Coast, with Doc Holliday.
Yeah. Here we go. And this is the way it is today. Oh, you can keep it up.
Okay.
I needed to get into my head when I was a rebel, you know, and a kid.
When?
When I was. Well, I haven't changed, have I?
No, not much.
Bless.
Yeah, you're having.
My mom told me I never grew up.
You haven't.
No, it's better to age than grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't help the aging thing. Oh, we go. Good times, bad times. His woman left home with a brown-eyed man, and he didn't care.
Better than the blue-eyed devil.
What?
Because the blue-eyed devil is evil.
And the brown-eyed woman isn't?
I don't know.
My last girlfriend was a brown-eyed demon.
She was a Tasmanian devil.
I'm thinking about Van Morrison right now.
Why?
Brown-eyed girl.
Yeah, okay.
Brown-eyed girl, yeah.
All right, let's, I'm going to talk to Bruce.
Okay.
You got the Doc Show right here. We're coming to you from as central Florida as it can possibly get. In other words, if Central Florida was a dry state.
I have news for you on Georgia.
Oh, you do? Well, anyway, my dad, I'm going to finish the story. It was Sunday. I had a terrible hangover. It was 89. And amazing, he let a 9-year-old drink. And I'm looking around, and I get this map out, and I said, okay, do the states around Georgia, are they dry? And he goes, no, they're not. I said, okay, Tennessee's that way. Florida's this way.
So sad.
Too far.
Boy, that's way too far. Alabama's that way. And I could just hear the theme to Deliverance being played in my head. And then South Carolina is probably the closest. He goes, you know what? Save yourself the trouble. Drink some water. You know, I don't know, do you still smoke those pot sticks or whatever you used to call them? And I said, no, I quit that a long time ago. So what people, they do in Georgia is on Sundays they line up outside the grills and the bars. I would not believe it. Well, I took a nap, got up, and he goes, yeah, man. And they don't have, like, for this particular day, like a last call. He said, so you'll see school guard,
Crossing guards?
Crossing guards. They'll be in there getting their drink on so they can do the work the next day. I said, I think this whole drive is really the problem here.
That's crazy.
What do you have on Georgia?
So, according to Google and my friend Gloria, who lives in Georgia. That law was repealed in 2011, so it is no longer a dry state.
I don't think I could have hung around 21 years.
But now you can go.
Because it was 1989.
But now you can go.
That's good. At least people of Georgia know how to repeal the law.
So
Sure.
So the deal was that so you could drink it in an establishment, you just couldn't purchase it to go home. Is that correct?
You couldn't go to Publix and buy beer, and all ABC stores were shut down.
Right, but you could go to the ale house?
There was no ale house then.
Well,
not where I was.
Was there a
any
local
kind of a
watering hole?
drinking establishment. Yeah.
Well, but I didn't have it. You don't understand.
He was 9.
I didn't. I didn't have anything to take to the establishment.
Oh, you could. They would let you BYOB.
You can in some places BYOB.
Really? What the hell are they
this
open
is
for
like
then?
Four Rivers,
Stay
man.
home and drink.
That's what I'm like.
This is like
Why
Four Rivers Barbecue, BYOB.
the hell do I want to sit there and get hammered with 13 Georgia state cops just surrounding the places that are.
So you drank water.
I slept and drank water, and I was still drowsy. And then I saw it. He goes, "It's the circle of life," and I said, "What?" The circle of life. So I parked, and there it was. You could see all these people around all these restaurants. And at midnight, they opened up the doors because it was Monday morning and drank away. And wow. I thought waiting one day was bad, but Jesus, waiting to 2011.
But, this is a good note for cities that are dry. That would be a good place for a rehab center because there would be no taunting the patients.
What do you do? Sit out there and taunt the patient?
There would be no if
hey,
there's
cokehead!
Look, if they can leave and go shop and stuff, maybe I'm just saying. Whatever.
There's something to that.
Hey, Mother, how you doing?
Thank you.
Heroin head?
I didn't say drugs. I said alcohol.
Well, alcohol is technically a drug.
It is technically a drug, but it is a legal drug.
All right, let me talk to Bruce. Bruce,
okay,
let's see if Almo can do this.
I got this now. I think. Okay, we'll do this. All right. Hey, calm down,
Hello,
there, old
Ted.
man.
Hello, Ted.
Are you there?
Are we on the air? Hello, Ted.
Don't turn his mic down.
There
or
you
my
go.
mic. Turn his.
No, don't turn Doc's down.
Yeah. Leave
that would
mine.
be a bad thing, Elmo. That would be bad.
Yeah.
And turn him up.
You got to
just
turn
a
yourself
little
up
bit.
there, Almo.
Turn him up.
Yeah, just a little.
Go, Bruce.
Okay, I want to ask a Chicago-based question, and that's where you're calling from, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I hear...
Because he's messing with you, so...
No. I hear...
Can I help you?
No, I'm manipulating. I'm learning.
Okay.
There's an echo in the room.
Because you told him to bring Bruce up, and he brought Bruce up a little too high.
Okay. Well,
Headphones would help. Headphones.
He's got them. He's got headphones on, people.
But that happens. That happens.
And I have them on as well.
But you didn't hear the...
I did, but that was because he brought Bruce up too much and you down too much.
Well, that's where you slap him on the hand.
No, I'm not an abusive trainer.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Just an abusive partner.
Siegfried and Roy will be happy to know that.
All right. Okay, man. So Chicago. And really, Chicago is known as the home of Oprah Winfrey, even though it's not.
Yeah.
I understand it's not. And, well, hell, Obama. Chicago's my home. What, Chicago? Kenya?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? But they all go to...
Jeremiah.
Well, here's the thing. It's a crime-ridden city. It's horrifyingly bad. Obama's going to put his library just to show, I guess, what a badass he is. Because when I saw him, I said, I wouldn't want to wrestle him. He might like it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He might. I might get pinned 100 times. And so he wants to put.
Michelle.
his presidential library on the south side of Chicago, the home of Leroy Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody remember Jim Croce?
Yes.
Bad Leroy Brown. Okay.
Jim was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Don't you think they're going to defile that library inside of a week?
Oh, it'll be tagged.
I think graffiti is going to happen.
Yeah, they'll tag it. Tag the hell out of it.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I'll wait for the first shooting.
Oh, well, that's where they're doing all the shooting.
Yeah.
At the library.
South side.
Yeah.
And that because the north side of Chicago are Cubs fans.
That's correct.
And generally, a Cub fan, even when they won the World Series, they weren't dicks.
No.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Well,
you felt good for them.
It typically is right around Humboldt Park and Garfield Park that a lot of the stuff is happening, and the south side.
Okay. So, what are people up there saying about Obama putting his library up there?
You know, Doc, I really don't know. I haven't really been paying much attention to Obama since he got out of office.
Okay, well,
but I don't know. I mean, I think the South Side would be perfect for it.
I do too, because there's going to be busted windows. There's going to be all kind of stuff. There'll be job openings for security officers.
Just think about parking. What put your car over here.
Oh no, there's plenty.
I thought I left it over there. Well, it's gone.
There's plenty of parking at Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
No, the South Side used to be good. My grandmother used to live down there, and I remember as a kid. Now I'm talking kid like 1950s. We went down there and we started seeing the neighborhoods change. Mm-hmm. And it was forced. My grandmother and grandfather had to sell their house because they had to have affirmative action. Not affirmative action. They had to have people come in. I'm not mentioning color black that came in and bought the houses.
Well, here's what
the neighborhood went down. The neighborhood went down.
Now, let me save you on this one. Because I understand how easy it is to get lost, and then somebody will call you a racist. And it hasn't
I've been called that before.
It hasn't happened in so long. 8 long years of being...
Can you imagine what would happen again if Oprah gets back in there? Oprah gets in there.
I got a whole list of things now, and I'll get to you in a second on that. How far from where the White Sox play?
Is where the library is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, nobody... Well,
I live here, and I don't frequent down there at all.
Okay. Yeah, because White Sox fans are mean. And everybody hates them. They won a World Series, and everybody was too scared to go out and celebrate.
Well, yeah.
They were. They were like, the hell are you talking about? We're just going to go party out in front of Wrigley. And so Oprah made this big stand the other night at the Golden Globes, and everybody's saying, Oprah 2020, Oprah 2020. And I was thinking, nah, she weighs more than that. Look at her. She weighs a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And, of course, they had people wearing black. And, out of the fact that the entire left wing is been brought up with molestation charges, and it's not us.
Right.
It's not us, it's them. But the way they came across as this another problem we must solve. Now,
did you see those outfits?
I saw a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wonder where the sexual harassment comes from, don't you? I mean, they were wearing black in protest.
Correct.
But not a lot of black.
Yeah.
Okay, but they were wearing black to protest, and so in the back of certain people's minds, people of color, now there's different shades of color.
Well, that's true. That's a true statement right there.
All right, so instead of saying black. I say a shade darker than me. And that stopped all that crap. I didn't hear about it, and it was actually a pretty smart way. I just wish I hadn't have just thought of it.
Doc, I think we're persons of color too. I mean, we get red when we get suntan. Mm-hmm. We get red when we get embarrassed. We turn blue when we hold our breath. I mean, we're people of color too.
Well, here's the best part. Where did Obama live for 8 years?
Yeah. Well, why doesn't he go back to the South Side? He's down in Florida.
No way.
No, yeah, he was
Think
in
about
the
this.
White House.
Where did Obama live for 8 years?
In a White House.
Correct. The name of the house was White.
But that thing was built by slaves, you know.
Yeah, that's what what's her name said. Yeah. And I said, well, I don't see you moving out anytime soon.
Right.
No.
But that means white is a color.
Yeah.
So is if we don't and stop saying Puerto Rican, Dominican, this, that, and the other thing, and we go to a person of color, slightly darker than you, that'll stop all that. Now, are people talking about, it made me so, my hands were shaking when all of a sudden the press and the media stopped investigating Hillary Clinton for a while and said, Oprah, 2020. Technically, she is popular enough to win an election.
Well, she's not going to provide anything. She's not going to give us anything.
No.
How are you going to follow? If Trump goes through and does exactly what he says he's going to do, which so far he has, outside of the DACA thing that went through today, he will be unbeatable.
You know what? To the smart individual, if you watched Obama over the weekend, he must have signed 7 or 8 new bills.
Yeah.
That will help.
Including a couple of executive orders.
Yes, help. He got a forest named after Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And
well, that's racist. I'm sorry.
No, it's not racist.
I'm joking with you now. I'm joking with you.
I didn't say, it's just, he got a forest, a beautiful place. You know, a place where people camp, a place where people hike, named after Martin Luther King. Because he noticed the same thing I noticed. Every city that has a Martin Luther King Boulevard, put it right in the worst section of the city. And the people that run that worst section of the city are people of color.
Yeah.
So nobody has done anything wonderful for Martin Luther King except for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I agree.
Last thing. Oprah.
Well, you know, remember when Obama was president, and I'm trying to forget it, but he gave out those Obama phones. Well, I think when Oprah gets in, everybody's going to get an Oprah car.
We're going to all get an Oldsmobile.
Well, we're going to get a new car.
You get one. You get one.
And you get one. You know, here's the problem with Oprah. Smart, knows how to run business. All right. Same thing, Trump. Trump's even more popular now. They keep saying his popularity is setting an all-time low at 39%. And I'm like, I remember when Obama was in the 20s.
Yeah.
And I remember when W was in the 20s. So
Congress is at what, 11?
Yeah, they're at 9.
9, okay.
And so I'm thinking, we don't need this. Yeah, we don't need to go back to the land of walking on eggshells. And if you
eggshells.
If you sue, okay, or let's just say have a conversation, and you don't like President Obama. I'm sorry. I didn't like President Obama. If you don't like the move that President Winfrey and first lady Gayle King, if you don't like it, here's what you're going to hear. You're going to be a racist. You're going to be a woman hater. You're going to be a fat shamer. You're going to...
Potentially a homophobe.
You're going to hate the gay community. Think of all the things she represents. All really, the people that like Obama just had, and it was touch and go on the black thing.
Now, is she still dating or doing anything with Stedman Graham?
Well, right now, all of a sudden, you seeing Stedman stand up next to her. Like he's like, well, finally they found something for me to do.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, who's going to get pissed? It's like, the dog that's in the house, and then somebody new comes in, and the dog doesn't like the somebody new, and they don't let him sleep in the bed. I want to know how Oprah and Gayle King are going to deal with Stedman. Does he get his own bedroom? How does that work?
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
He's got the spare room with the bunk beds.
He'll be the token male.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, eventually you're going to see more of Stedman. But as far as background goes, and this phony book that was written, which is really hysterical. I mean, I think it's hysterical because it's so wrong in every single way that even CNN won't talk about it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, dude. I mean, he admits that he never had interviews with anybody in the White House.
Well, yeah, and you saw that Amazon was erasing the negatives, the negative stars, the 1 stars. They were actually erasing the reviews.
Were they really?
Yeah.
The thing was, people went crazy. Now we're going to find out about Trump. Mm-hmm. And even those folks are like, that's not possible. That didn't happen. And it's funny. I don't want to put money in this guy's pocket because obviously he's a knucklehead. But if you go to Google and hit, let's see, what was I saying? You hit give me a summary of the book.
Okay.
About Donald Trump. Give me a summary. And they'll break it down into little points. Give me the juiciest part of it. And if they treat Oprah like the media has treated Donald Trump, how do you think the country, how long we got? Maybe
the world will end.
Maybe we got a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're going to go nuts.
Maybe.
I mean, listen to what's being said about Trump now. And then think about the same thing being said about Oprah.
But you're missing the point. They're not going to say that about Oprah because this nation has a fascination with Oprah.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
So
because she's black and she's a woman. It's not going to happen.
And she's popular.
And she's lesbian.
Right.
And but what happens if she starts going through one of those periods where how she gains weight and then loses weight and then gains weight again?
She'll be our first accordion president.
Hey, Doc, can you turn Al's mic down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was my mic on? I'm sorry.
So here's the thing, though. Everybody's saying Oprah 2020, Oprah 2020. Is Oprah saying Oprah 2020? I don't think Oprah.
She was saying that last night on the Globes from what I heard. I didn't watch them, but that's what I was hearing.
I'm not saying
Well, I don't think she actually came out and said it.
No, she did not.
She just let it feed her ego.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. I mean, look, if she needs some popularity for whatever reason to get people motivated to go to Weight Watchers or put some more money in that company
she wanted
now,
applause, and that's exactly what she got.
Correct. So,
Sure.
honestly, I don't know that Oprah would run for president.
Yeah, and
Why does
she's
she
been out of
need
the
to?
news too. And now, guess what? She's back in the news.
Yeah, she
Right,
feels
exactly.
relevant again.
Exactly.
And that's the scary. To me, that's the scary part.
I don't know. Look, she is one of the richest people in the world. I don't think she needs to run for president. I think, like you guys just said, things were a little quiet for her. Now, if people want to speculate, they get her talking. They're going to buy more books. They're going to look at Oprah's book club. They're going to look at what Oprah's doing. Oh, let me watch the OWN network. Oh, Oprah. And when they find out she's not running, it's just going to die down a bit.
Sure.
Yeah, and the OWN network almost went belly up.
But
Right.
the surge will keep her going for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not stupid by any means.
No. And listen, excuse me.
Hit the cough switch, El. Hit the cough switch.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's in the next budget.
Listen, by no means do I deny the fact that she has been the true American story. You know, she came from adversity. She made something of herself, and she is quite a successful African American woman in our country. And I honestly can't say anything bad about her philanthropy and what she's done for charities and people in general. And God bless her for doing it. And I'm not going to, sit there and knock her success, because she's a tremendous role model in that regard. But nobody really knows what her politics are. Okay, so she supported Obama. Yeah. But she never came out and said, I'm pro-life, I'm pro-choice. She never came out and said, I believe in tax reform, I don't believe in tax reform. She's never actually had those conversations. She just said, I'm going to support Obama. But she never really got into the crux of what politics is and what she would really have to do for this country and what she'd really have to know.
And how how did Obama get in? One word: change.
And
I've been left with.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I got left.
That's all any of us have left in our pockets now.
But again, I would never begrudge her the fact that she has made something of herself and that she did take a life of adversity, right? I don't know. Adversity, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the president's anniversary.
Anyway, of adversity. Jeez. And made something for herself because that's a huge accomplishment, and that speaks volumes to her being a strong and dedicated and powerful and successful and smart woman, and that's okay.
And exactly because of that reason, I don't think she'll run. Is it me? Am I?
No, you're just not talking into the mic.
You got to talk into the microphone.
I'm on the side. Sorry.
Yeah.
This audio guy.
I forgot about patterns, cardioid patterns and stuff. But for that reason, I don't think she would consider running for president because she would have to step away.
Correct.
From that huge empire.
And who's going to run it? At least
built.
Trump has his kids that could run it.
Gail will run it.
Well, that's a very good point too, because there is nobody else but her right now.
Right,
and she's the only one that makes that work. Where Trump, on the other hand, had empowered people to do it.
Right,
Correct.
because his kids have been in the business for years,
Correct.
long before this election thing ever came up. And Oprah is such an alpha that I don't think she would feel comfortable handing over and delegating everything she does to somebody else because they wouldn't do it the way she's done it. And obviously the way she's done it works, or she wouldn't be where she is today.
Totally agree.
Correct.
Agree. But as president...
No.
Now,
Well, and again, that goes back to Elmo's point. She'd have to delegate as president. You can't do it all as president.
Right.
contrary to what people think.
And she's not good at delegation.
No.
Well, obviously not. And she's going to have to get married. I
think that's where Stedman may fit in.
Is there anything in the rule book that says you have to be married?
Nothing,
no.
but
no.
People will find out that she likes both sides of the.
Why do you have to go there?
Why
does. Are you speculating.
Gail King is her
lover.
Is
her best friend.
Oh, yes, he is. How do you think Gail King, with no experience whatsoever, got the CBS like to say, morning news job?
If anybody is going to sue anybody for slander, Bam Bam Sam did not say this. It was Doc Holliday.
I said it. Put me in the papers.
Time for the disclosure.
Seriously.
Not disclosure. What am I thinking of?
I need another T-shirt.
Disclaimer. The disclaimer.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I did
more T-shirts?
I need another T-shirt. Doc said it, not Sam.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't have any problem. But now all of a sudden, because you hadn't seen Stedman in 10 years. And now all of a sudden...
haven't seen Oprah in 10 years either. I mean, if you think about it.
What do you mean?
Here's where we all have to kind of get a grip, take a breath, and settle down. We're only 1 year into Trump.
Exactly.
That's it.
Right.
2020 is years away right now. There's so much to do with North Korea, with South Korea, with the Olympics, with DACA, with everything else, that why the hell are we worried about Oprah?
Because it brings back that sick
feeling.
Because
she put it in the news.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, look, she's a likable person. I mean,
I don't want her for president, though.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is she is a likable person. She is genuinely good-natured. She
no doubt about it.
And so the left is going to run with this as much as they possibly can. She's going to take advantage of it because it's getting her back, like you said, Bruce, in the media, getting her name out there again to get paying attention to her network and her magazine.
She's very much an organizer, not a community organizer, but an organizer.
Yeah.
As much as Obama was. I mean, how she got popular on her show, besides the personality, the guests, and all that stuff, with the giveaway. She didn't give away anything with her money. She gave away other people's money from the sponsors who she gathered up.
Right.
That's what she did.
Right.
And that's how she became popular. Anybody who's Santa Claus can become popular.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it now. Oprah gonna be president, and we're all getting cars.
But I told you,
you
heard it first on the Doc Show.
You heard it. I was the first one to tell you.
And here's the thing: she made her name recognition. I mean, she was a news reporter. She was a TV news anchor.
She was an anchor, yeah.
And, and that was very credible. And somehow she managed to get her own TV show. But, it was the stay at home in the afternoon housewives that made her popularity what it was. She brought topics that were interesting to them. And let's face it, when you're the woman and you're at home and you're watching this stuff, you hold the purse strings, and you say, Oprah, I saw this on Oprah, and I want to try it. And somehow it happens, and things get successful, and women, we shop, we pay attention, we like people that are, give us emotional topics and good stories, and so she hit that market, and she hit it well. And then, like you said, she got the sponsors to donate computers and books and cars and this and that and the other thing. And so people loved her even more for that. But who was her audience? When did you hardly ever saw men in that audience? It was mostly
never.
Women.
All right, well, before I go,
all the producers on that show were black. I know that for a fact because I know people that worked on that show.
And yet the irony behind it is her fan base was not black.
Right. And women.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that either way.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that at all.
I don't care either. Yeah.
But you got to face the whole reality of the thing. If we're trying to be, as Doc was saying, multicultural and everything like that, then how does this fit in?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something said today that what's happening in the United States right now with the immigration and all this other stuff and color and races and stuff like that, we're becoming a salad. We're no longer becoming a melting pot. And when we become a salad, it becomes undistinguishable and no one cares anymore.
Right. We're like the little carrot they put in there.
Yeah.
I hate those little carrot slivers.
They get in your teeth and they don't come out.
God, I hate them. All right, man. Well,
I love carrot cake.
It was good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, Doc.
And don't forget, the reason Oprah had that black dress on is because Fat Slims. That's why she had it on. She wasn't protesting nothing.
Yeah,
I have learned over the years that if you want to look thinner wearing black, you should just be thinner.
Yeah, well,
and quite a testimony, Al.
Yeah, well,
I've done it, baby.
Yeah, I've learned. Yeah,
You could also get a pair of Spanx that I'm sure she had underneath that dress.
Ooh.
I'd like to see her in a white dress. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh God! Oh, it's always the visuals. It's always the visuals.
Yeah. Hey, man, see you later. Enjoy Chicago.
Thanks, Doc.
All right.
Good talking to you.
See you, Bruce.
Hey, we're gonna break right now. Just let's get the Oprah thing on the table. You know, just get it out there because that's all people talking about. But it gives me hives to think that we would go back with a very left-wing, friendly to all the enemies of the United States of America. Trump just got us turned around. That's the problem with this country. And, you know, I could be called a communist for this. In this two-party system. Because this party over here waits it out, and then this party over here changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got this, we got that, we got a wall, we got this, we got... Then this party over there comes in, knocks the wall down.
Right.
I mean, what good is a country that's united that's really not? You've got two totally different parties of people that I know the Democrats all don't buy into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that.
We can hope.
But the thing is, they will because they want votes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where Trump, he's going to say something and he's going to be like, oh, you didn't like what I had to say? He likes that more than he does passing a bill.
I know.
You know, getting people riled up. That's fun. 407-498-3193. Hey, man, we'll be back. Appreciate it. And at least somebody said exactly the same thing I did. Obama's library is going to look like a graffiti festival happening.
Yeah.
And I personally can't wait. It's the Doc Show, coast to coast. Florida is our origin. We don't have any of these problems right now.